Hello and welcome to Kotak Securities YouTube channel. I'm in the Chaudhary and this is Kotak Chatroom, a show where we talk about primary market IPOs and interact with managements to get their opinion. In this special edition, we are going to be focusing on Avalon Technologies Limited's upcoming IPO and running in to discuss more details in this IPO with me, Mr. Kunhamed Bicha, Chairman and Managing Director of Avalon Technologies Ltd, and Mr. R.M. Subramanian, Chief Financial Officer of Avalon Technologies Ltd. Gentlemen, welcome to Kotak Chatroom and thank you so much for taking the time out.
Yes, on your show.
Great. Okay, so I will start with Mr. Bicha. Let me kickstart by asking the question about related to the IPO first. What is the objective of launching this IPO?
Avalon has been on a journey for the last 22 years to do manufacturing in India, electronics manufacturing in India. We started in 96, 97 in California with a pure vision of manufacturing in India. Those days you had outsourcing of software to India and hardware to China, and our vision of making India base today has become, the world has accepted India the last few years. I would say after 22 years of doing this, it's in an inflection point for India to be a global player in electronics manufacturing. So some of our customers are world leaders who work with us through the years, and we feel that the rationale for the IPO is we're seeing this growth coming, and we're seeing our order books and larger customers have a vision of doing it in India. We also do it in the US. So a lot of the activities coming to India, we want to make sure that we are very well covered financially to maintain this growth and look to grow that further.
Mr. Bicha, like you said, there are a lot of opportunities in this segment, and that's why the company wants to spread its wings also. So we all know that Avalon is an electronic manufacturing service solution provider, but we would like to know more about the company's product, the services which the company is providing currently, and what is your business model?
Okay, perfect. So let me start with Avalon. We service 4 verticals. We are very well diversified. We are in clean energy in a big way. We are in mobility. When we say mobility, it is rail, air, and auto. We are in industrials. We do a lot of products in the industrial space, and we also are in telecom. So very well diversified. And there's a 5th vertical, which is medical and partially defense. So these 5 verticals gives us complete spread. And we are well diversified in what we do. It's just not the electronics. We are very vertically integrated, where we do all our sheet metal and all our metal products internally. Our factories do that. All the cables and cable harnesses, our cable division does that. So plastics and transformers. So when you see an end product, a large industrial mission critical product, you will see different parts of that come from our different factories. And finally, it is assembled together to make the final product. So 48% of our production today is completely integrated final product ready to ship to the end customers from our end customer. So it's a complete solution, end-to-end, one-stop. Instead of them going to 5 different vendors, they come to us, and our different divisions do these products for the customer. Then saying that, we are also well diversified in geographies. We do manufacturing in the US and in India. By far, 80% of what we do is in India. 20% of manufacturing what we do is in the US. This helps us in a big way because in the US, we are the front end of the beachhead to get the customer into Avalon. And once they're in, they have an option initially to make it in the US and then move that to India. So we are the only company among our peers in India who have this model where customers come and are serviced out of the US. We started in the US. We started in California in 96, and with a complete vision of doing manufacturing in India, and it's playing out right today. So customers, and apart from that, India market, it's also growing, and we feel that that's a phenomenal growth opportunity with the India market and electronification of India growing in the last few years. We have never seen anything like this in the last, I'm not talking for Avalon, for the whole industry. We have never seen anything this substantial happening in the last 20 years and what's happening in the last 2 years. And with the China Plus One strategy, where customers are looking for options apart from China. It could be India, it could be Mexico, it could be Vietnam. But I believe India, with this population and with its talent, and we have always believed that for 22 years, it's perfectly suited. Just not for Avalon, for the whole industry. It is what I would say, like 96, 97, you had the software coming to India in a big way. Then early 2000, you had the BPO start in India. I think this is the way we've been waiting for this for manufacturing in India. And of course, the Indian government is very supportive to this because of the job creation and what it can do. We believe the whole industry is poised to grow, and we may see a few billion-dollar companies emerge from this, and Avalon is positioned in the forefront of them, and we believe we will lead this.
Sure, very interesting, Mr. Bicha. So now I want to understand, as you said, that Indian government is also supporting, and there are a lot of opportunities, and the industry is really booming. So, what kind of growth can we expect in this overall industry, and what would be your strategy, or what would be your plan to focus more on manufacturing and to become a self independent company? As you said, India is growing very rapidly, and there are a lot of opportunities that the other countries are also focusing. So how are you going to achieve all these targets? Any strategy or any business model that you are working on that you are going to apply after this listing?
Thank you. That's a very, very interesting question. So we are a very B2B focused business. We don't do any consumer electronics. We don't make phones. We don't make ACs. We don't make washing machines. So we do mission critical stuff like railway signaling. Today, when our Prime Minister Modi ji talks about interlocking system, modernizes on rail, we do make that for the whole system for the Japanese company. When you sit on a plane, we do parts for seats. We do parts inside the engine for the C-130 Hercules aircraft. We do parts in the engine. So most of what we do is mission critical. Why that is important to us is that these have long product life cycles. It's not like the consumer industry where things go out of style in 1 or 2 years. Our products usually last 5 to 15 years, easily. Some of them even more than that. So we believe that this is the core. If you get into customers who have long life cycles and complex nature of product built in India with the engineering talent which is available in India, which is our strength, and our communication is the other strength. If we use these two to strengthen what we do for the future, there's incredible opportunity in front of us. So it is not simplistic electronics we do like a doorbell or so it is mission critical. Some of our products are 1 to 2 crores a pop just for one product. So it is, and some of our customers are the world leaders in what they do. If you take the air industry or if you take the industrials, some of them are Fortune 100, Fortune 500 companies working with us for a long time. And small note, which I'd like to say is 80% of our customers have been with us for 8 years or more. Next year that may change because we are acquiring a lot of larger customers, but that shows how sticky the customer base is, and that leads to a little better margins. And one other point on a strategy basis, what you said, 3-4 years back, we embarked into looking at clean energy. Okay. So clean energy, when we say clean energy, it is solar. By far our largest piece today is solar. We are making products for hydrogen electrolyzers starting now. We are also in EVs, in two-wheelers and three-wheelers for different customers. Unfortunately, I can't name. Some of them are world leaders. So this focus, this is sunrise industry. Whatever we've seen in the clean energy space today is very limited, and where we're seeing growth among our customers and countries in the US or Europe or India, clean energy is by far going to be the highest growing sector for us. Okay, we believe that this will lead us to, and we have spent 3-4 years doing it, and we've acquired a lot of customers doing it. Now it is time for Avalon to deliver, okay? Both in our international markets as well as India. We feel we're very, very poised to take this to the next level in clean energy manufacturing.
Great. So, sir, are you facing any challenges or is there any roadblocks which is a concern for the company or for the entire industry? Do you have any opinion?
No, I think things are getting better. If you asked me the same question 6 months back, yes, we had a big challenge, and today we still have remnants of the challenge. It's the supply chain or component issues, integrated circuits, not only for us, for any OEM in the world or an EMS or electronic manufacturing service in the world. We are finding component-related issues. We are seeing that ease out quite a bit, and that is why we feel very confident about our growth. Otherwise, 12, 18 months back, the whole world was facing a shortage of integrated circuit. That is one of our key issues all of us have had, just not us or the peers in India, or worldwide competitors also. Everybody had the problem. The good thing for us, because we are doing mission critical products for our customers, a lot of the customers are working with us to work with the larger entities to get this situation sorted. But today, it is a lot better than what it was 12 months back. So I think we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel on this issue.
Okay. So now let's talk about financials also. Mr. Subramanian, for the period ended November 2022, the company recorded revenue of rupees 584 crore, while PAT was stood around 34 crore. So, like Mr. Bicha mentioned that, there are 5 verticals where the company is engaged. So which vertical is the largest contributor in the revenue part, and what would be the revenue growth drivers going forward?
The largest vertical is industrial, and it's been there. But as our chairman said, the vertical which is fastest growing is the clean energy. So we believe that will be contributing the lion's share of the growth moving forward. Okay. And having said that, we are fairly widespread across sectors. So that balances out in terms of, even if one of the growth goes up, it goes down, other just balances out. So, but having said that, the main focus and the growth is going to come from the clean energy.
So let me just add to it. Clean energy is growing the fastest, but the rest of the verticals also are growing. But because it's growing fastest, relatively it looks like it's not. It's a moderate growth, but all of them are growing. So that is the opportunity in front of us, both in US and in India.
So what kind of CAGR growth do you expecting from this vertical in next 5 years?
So now on the numbers, we'll not like to get into the specific numbers, but it suffices to say that the lion's share of the growth is happening here, and that's more in terms of the industry tailwinds. What you're seeing, there's a lot of money coming into the clean energy in terms of technology, the new verticals, which is the hydrogen, EV, or the solar. All of that, the industry is booming. There's a lot of money in terms of new money coming into that, and we are a direct beneficiary of that. And we've been in this sector for a reasonably long time, have expertise to do the products into that. So that's why we believe today's our share, about what is 20%, is likely to go up substantially in terms of moving forward.
Just to add to that, there's subparts which we need to make this vertical happen. And that's why the vertical integration really works, because we make our own transformers. Transformers is a big piece in the clean energy business. A lot of processes are there because of heat generation. We've been doing that for years, and power electronics is the key factor. And we're on the forefront of it. And some of the world leaders are already working with us. So it's a resume that we can show even new customers coming.
Great. And on this note, I think we should end this conversation. And thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining in, and we wish you all the best for this upcoming IPO.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.
Investments in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.